Alpha Team here. Respond.
This is Nighthawk.
I have secured G. I'm all that is left of Alpha Team. I'm en route to the rendezvous point.
Once again, only you survived, Mr. Death. Roger that. Don't be late.
In Resident Evil The Umbrella Chronicles, we get a retelling of the events shown in Resident Evil 0, 1, 3, and they even threw in a true ending to Umbrella's fall. But one side scenario that most fans missed out on was the retelling of Hunk's fourth survivor scenario. In the original and remake of RE2, the fourth survivor is a minigame where you play as Hunk and make your way from the sewers over to the exit or rooftop of the RPD. In both versions, it is a fun and difficult as hell minigame to complete. You can't pick up items, you only have what's in your inventory to defeat the enemies that get in your way, or dodge them if you can. And they throw in a lot of enemies. In all versions, Hunk contacts Nighthawk, the USS helicopter pilot, to meet him outside the RPD. In Umbrella Chronicles, they include destructible items, and sometimes they include weapons behind a destructible item, so you aren't limited to only using what's in your inventory for this version. Now, the beauty of this version of the fourth survivor is that not only do we see an alternate take of this particular minigame, but Hunk keeps his radio on while he makes his way to the rooftop, and it has a bad connection. So it picks up multiple signals from others, like Umbrella soldiers, RPD officers, even commercials for Safsprin, Adravil, Aquacure.
The common cure. Safsprin. Quick and fast relief. Adravil. Escape to ecstasy. Aquacure.
And radio stations that provide you with the most unnerving commentary, like the one coming from the Raccoon City DJ.
If any of our listeners are still alive, get out of town.
We'll get to him in a bit. When you begin the scenario, Nighthawk asks Hunk what happened to Birkin, and he has this to say.
What happened to Birkin?
He was injured in a firefight. He injected himself with the G virus and came back to life.
I see. That's unfortunate. Who are the other G samples?
The containers were damaged in the fight, and the virus has likely contaminated the area. We will have to contain it.
Understood. I'll put in the request.
What the hell are those things?
Does this mean that Raccoon City was nuked because Nighthawk reported to Umbrella higher-ups that the G virus in most containers were damaged, and the city was likely going to be contaminated with the G virus as well? If so, then it's possible that both Hunk and Nighthawk saved the world from letting the G virus spread outside the city and Arklay Mountains.
What the hell are those things?
Connection must be bad.
Here's where the bad connection kicks in, and we get some of the creepiest moments in RE history, which, to this day, most fans never even knew about.
It has been days now since the last contact with Raccoon City.
Now, the Raccoon City DJ, working straight through the outbreak.
You're listening to 777 RC Radio, the Lucky Station. And this is our last broadcast.
So the DJ starts off calm and collected when we first hear from him, as he announces that it is their final broadcast. It's sad, but I find it a bit ironic how the station is called RC Radio, the Lucky Station.
If any of our listeners are still alive, get out of town.
At this point, it had already been a week since the outbreak begun, so the DJ likely remained at the radio station the entire time, whether it was for his own safety or to inform survivors of any useful information that could keep them alive.
The municipal government is paralyzed, leaving the city's poor citizens helpless. Have faith. Help is on the way. The station's surrounded. The we're still on the air. What's going on with this town? Thus concludes the report on the current situation. When asked about the situation in Raccoon City, Umbrella had this to say.
By the way, this is one of the most difficult scenarios in the game on normal difficulty, because the enemies come in large groups and their bullets sponge you to the max. So I can relate to the unfortunate RPD officers still fighting after a week. And they too mention how they won't stay dead.
Freeze! Don't come any closer!
Can anybody hear me?
I don't want to hear it! We need backup now!
There's just so many. Can't save them all. I'm in 553 Ward Street. They're all over the place.
Raccoon City is finished!
Damn things just won't stay dead.
Once you reach the only checkpoint, the background music changes and you get that awesome remix of Hunk's theme from the minigame. But once you reach the first floor of the police station, that's when the DJ starts losing his sanity. Now, I'm not sure if this is an actual song from the game's universe, or the DJ himself singing out loud to a random track.
Raccoon City! Raccoon City! Raccoon City! Raccoon City!
Whether it was him or not, he's mentioned that the station was being surrounded minutes ago, so it's possible that zombies managed to break in and were slowly making their way towards him. This is the last that we hear from him. Now, let's turn our attention to another survivor, one that would have been a fifth survivor, a USS member referred to as Goblin 6.
Alpha Team! Goblin 6! Currently at point K-12 in the sewers. Can't move! Requesting assistance. I repeat, requesting assistance. Don't leave me here! Ah!
This is war. Survival is your responsibility.
As you can see, she requested assistance all the way from the sewers. She too might have been knocked out by Birkin or any of the creatures lurking within the sewers, but do you think that Hunk could have gotten to her on time? Or was it pointless from that distance?
Mission accomplished. The survival rate was 4%, and valuable human resources were lost. But that is war. The mission objective takes priority over everything else. Holding to that principle is why I have never failed a mission. The death cannot die.
There are 3 files you can pick up in this scenario. 2 of them are not hard to miss. The only difficult one would be this one that requires you to destroy this sign, but it's pretty far back, and your reaction must be quick. There's a secret room you can enter at the police station as well. Secret for this scenario. You gotta shoot the double doors on the left side of the station's main hall and you'll get this. On my first try, I wasn't aware that this is where you unlock the hand cannon, so when I obtained it, I accidentally shot while I was equipping it, and I lost my only shot that it came with. I love how the scenario starts off through the eyes of Hunk as he climbs out of the sewers. Then by the end, he removes the mask, and we get a glimpse of his identity through the reflection of the vial. Umbrella Chronicles has a phenomenal soundtrack if you haven't noticed. Many classic RE tracks have been remixed, including Hunk's theme from the fourth Survivor. This version is a captivating one. I get the feeling of dread and confusion. Then by the second part of the track, it starts to sound like a 60s Martian movie soundtrack, like mixed with Hunk's theme. And it really works. I wish more RE fans knew about this, but then again, that's why I wanted to make this video, to show everyone what they likely never knew about. It's impressive how this one soldier always manages to be the only one of his team to come out alive, but it's not only because he has remarkable combat skills, but because of his dedication to the mission. And only that. His teammates can only try to keep up with him, because he sure as hell is not turning back to save a life or two when it only raises the chances of an unsuccessful mission. And the mission is the #1 priority, and he believes that survival is your responsibility. That's it for the video. Special thanks to my patrons. I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you want to see some more weekly content, then hop over to my Patreon where I post exclusive content. Exclusive vids, updates on current projects, and the latest artwork based on the comics I've been working on. You can also show your support by getting a hold of the channel merch. Yeah. I also opened up a new Twitter account to post artwork and memes, so there's that. Anyways, I'll see you all next time, and remember to have an awesome day.